Well, we've reached the end, Deftones fans. We have made it to the final track, Ohms. This is going to be the second time I heard it, so it's going to be a little bit of an overview of what I really enjoy about this song. Some of the stuff that I don't enjoy. Thank you guys for watching the full album reaction to Ohms. I can't wait for the next Deftones album to do this again. I mean, my channel is going to be around a long time, so I really appreciate you guys taking the time, clicking on the link, and watching. So without further ado, I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters before we get to this last song. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to jump into this. So this is it. This is Ohms, the final closer for the album Ohms. Let's get at it. I'm gonna pause it right there. One of the really original things. Well, I'm not gonna say original. It's the very first time that they've done it. Is they added a doubling pitch effect on his guitar, to sound like he's playing two of the same note, but really one of them is lower, one of them is higher. CKY and 311 are notorious for using this setting on their guitars. I really love that Steph has incorporated this into my favorite band. Another thing I really like about this track is because it just brings it back to Chi, and all the stuff that he went through in his band that he created. The first original members were Abe, Chino, and Steph, and they picked up Chi. Chi was a huge part of this band, and these guys have never ever forgotten about him, and it shows with this track. We're surrounded by the debris of the past, and it's too late to change the turn in the tides. Meaning you can't change the future. You got to move on. You can remember the past, but you can't be bothered to, sulk and to, mourn for a lost friend when he will want you to move on into something better than it was before. And I'm gonna hate to say this album is better than Gore. It really is. It is better than Gore. I really like this album way better than Gore. But I really think this song was written about Chi. So this lyric, through the haunted maze in your eyes, right through where I'll remain for all time. It could be two meanings. It could be the whole band being in an ICU whenever she was in his coma, just waiting for him to wake up. But then again, his eyes weren't open in a coma, or it could have been open, but it really saddens me talking about this. I really want to try to stay away from this subject because it just reminded me of my grandfather when he was in the hospital, and something I didn't want to go through, but I had to go through. It could also mean about, finding your true love and staying there no matter what. I really think this song is about Chi. The beats ahead. Yes. So as we slip on through, we promise to meet again, somewhere. This could also be a reference to God and the promise that he made to us that we'll have everlasting life if we go to his side and we forgive others. We don't cause conflict. We love each and every person on this earth, whether they be good or bad. We forgive them for all the stuff that they do. It just really the promise we made, it's wild because this whole album is centered around basically the Bible. Genesis, Urantia, several other songs hinting at the Bible. And it's weird because I never thought that the Deftones were religious, but apparently they are. Ohms is resistance. Resist going the same way that everyone's going. Resist having the nicest car in the neighborhood. Resist having the nicest house in the neighborhood. Resist thinking that your wife is not good enough and you need some young girl to be happy. Resist the temptation. Resist the anger. Come together, become a family. Stop separating each other. Really good lyrics. There we go. Time won't change this. Time won't change this. This promise we made. We made a promise to God, not to sin. That is just how I feel that this is. It could either be that. It could be one interpretation. Excuse me. It could be one interpretation. It could be that, or it could be the promise that they made to Chi whenever he passed, that they would never ever separate as a band and continue moving forward and to make wonderful music for all of us to listen to. We shall remain. Hell of an album. I really enjoyed this album. And that as a closure song, I could really see Smile being the next song on this album as a B-side or as a bonus track. Smile was written for Chi, and it's just very nostalgic. just thinking about Chi and everything, you know, because I mean, this band has been with me in my life for a long, long time. I've been listening to this band since middle school. So, uh, probably saying seventh grade. So, 19. Oh, no, wait. Seventh grade. So, I would have been sixth grade. I would have been 10 years old. 10. So, I've been listening to this band since White Pony. You know, and I listen to their old stuff. A lot of people have been listening to this band a longer time than me, but I first discovered these guys whenever White Pony was an album. Hence the merchandise. It's not my favorite album. ATF is by far my favorite album, but I really, really enjoyed this. This was very, very nostalgic to hear these guys are still around making awesome music. And I'm just going to tell you right now that I rate this album a 10 out of 10. There's no, and it's not being biased because there was a lot of tracks that I did not like on this album. There's a lot of things I did not like, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I loved. And I really, 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 really enjoyed this album. The only track that I really couldn't get along with, I couldn't get to, I couldn't like get into, was Pompeii. Pompeii was kind of a weird track to me. I don't know. I'm hoping that I can get into it as time moves forward. But I really appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna give you my top 3 tracks. My top 3 tracks on this album are "This Link Is Dead," "Headless," and "Air," in that order. And then you have "Ceremony," then "Genesis." The other tracks were good, but they weren't good enough to get my top. The Spell of Mathematics kind of disappointed me because it sounded a lot better on low quality than it did on high quality. I know that sounds weird. It just sounds like the guitar was playing a different riff. I really didn't care for that track too much, hearing it in high quality. So next time a person tells me that, oh, you already heard this track in low quality, no, it's not the same. It's not listening to it the same as in high quality as it is in low quality. So I really, really enjoy you guys for watching. From now on, I will be doing singular videos for album reactions because you guys voted, and singular videos won the poll. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace.